Nestled in the mountains of South Korea lies a place shrouded in mystery and fear. Gonjiam Psychiatric Hospital stands as a chilling monument to fear. Its walls, now crumbling and overgrown, once housed the tormented souls of countless patients. It's more than just an abandoned building. It's a place where the echoes of the past seem to whisper through the halls, and the air is thick with a sense of dread. Gonjiam is a place where whispers of madness linger. The very walls seem to hold the memories of those who suffered within them, and the shadows seem to move with a life of their own. It's a place where the weight of unspeakable horrors presses down on you. Every creak, every gust of wind feels like a reminder of the pain and suffering that once filled these rooms. Locals tell chilling tales of Gonjiam. Stories of ghostly apparitions, unexplained noises, and feelings of being watched are common among those who dare to venture near. They say it's haunted by the tormented souls of patients past. Some claim to have seen figures in hospital gowns wandering the halls, while others speak of disembodied voices calling out in the night. It's a place where the veil between our world and the next is thin. The boundary between the living and the dead seems almost non-existent here, and the atmosphere is charged with an otherworldly energy. Some say it's the most haunted place in all of South Korea. Its reputation has drawn paranormal investigators, thrill-seekers, and curious onlookers from all over the world. We're here to investigate these stories, to uncover the truth behind the legends, and to see for ourselves if the tales of hauntings are real. We'll delve into the history of Gonjiam. We'll look at the records, the stories, and the evidence that has been collected over the years. We'll examine the paranormal encounters. Using the latest technology and techniques, we'll try to capture evidence of the supernatural. Most importantly, we'll try to separate fact from fiction. We'll analyze the evidence, compare it with historical records, and try to understand what really happened at Gonjiam. Join us as we venture into the heart of Gonjiam. Be warned, though, this journey is not for the faint of heart. What you're about to read might just keep you up at night. The stories, the evidence, and the atmosphere of Gonjiam are enough to unsettle even the bravest of souls. Over the years, many have dared to enter Gonjiam's dilapidated walls, driven by curiosity and a thirst for the unknown. Urban explorers, ghost hunters, and thrill-seekers, all drawn to its eerie allure. They come equipped with flashlights, cameras, and a sense of adventure, hoping to capture evidence of the supernatural. What they've found inside is more terrifying than any rumor. The hospital's interior is a labyrinth of dark, creepy rooms and unsettling empty hallways, each corner hiding its own secrets. Visitors speak of an oppressive atmosphere. The air feels heavy, as if the walls themselves are closing in, suffocating any sense of safety. A bone-chilling cold that seeps into your very core. Even in the height of summer, the temperature inside remains unnaturally low, causing visible breath and frost on the windows. The air is thick with an unsettling silence, broken only by the creak of rusty metal and the feeling of being watched. Dust particles float in beams of light, adding to the eerie ambience. Footsteps echo through the decaying corridors, yet no living soul is in sight. The sound reverberates, making it impossible to tell where they originate. Disembodied whispers seem to swirl around, pronouncements of madness from long-gone patients. These whispers grow louder the deeper you venture into the hospital. Shadows dance in the corners of your vision. They flicker and move, creating an ever-present sense of unease. Are they just tricks of the light or something more sinister? The flickering lights and sinister shadows leave you questioning your own senses, making every step forward a test of courage. The stories of what happened within Gonjiam's walls are the stuff of nightmares. Patients subjected to inhumane treatment, medical experiments gone wrong. The tormented screams of the tortured echoing through the halls. It's said that the patients, driven mad by their suffering, still wander the halls, their souls unable to find peace. The staff, complicit in the horrors, are also said to be trapped within these walls. One can only imagine the anguish and despair that permeates every inch of Gonjiam. It's a stark reminder of the human capacity for both cruelty and suffering. Of all the terrifying locations within Gonjiam, room 402 holds a particularly sinister reputation. This room is not just another part of the haunted asylum, it is the epicenter of fear, the heart of darkness that pulses with an otherworldly energy. It's here that the veil between the living and the dead is said to be the thinnest. The air is thick with an oppressive atmosphere, as if the very walls are imbued with the sorrow and pain of those who once suffered here. Those who dare to enter room 402 speak of a palpable sense of dread. The moment you cross the threshold, an overwhelming feeling of being watched takes hold, as if unseen eyes are tracking your every move. The temperature plummets, a bone-chilling cold that cuts to the bone. It's not just a drop in degrees, it's a cold that seems to seep into your very soul, leaving you shivering and breathless. Batteries drain inexplicably, electronic devices malfunctioning in the presence of unknown energies. Flashlights flicker and die, cameras refuse to work, as if the room itself is rejecting any attempt to document its horrors. Some say that room 402 was the site of unspeakable experiments. The remnants of old medical equipment hint at a dark past, where the boundaries of ethical science were pushed to their limits. Others whisper that it's a conduit to another dimension. Strange symbols and markings suggest that this room might be a gateway, a portal to realms unknown and best left unexplored. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain. The stories and experiences of those who have entered room 402 are eerily consistent, painting a picture of a place where reality itself seems to unravel. Room 402 is a place of concentrated terror, where the laws of nature seem to bend and break. It stands as a chilling reminder of the unknown, a place where fear resides and thrives, waiting for its next victim. Section 5. The truth behind the terror. While Gonjiam's reputation is steeped in the paranormal, there are concrete reasons for its eerie atmosphere. The hospital was abandoned abruptly in the 1990s. Patients were left to fend for themselves, their belongings left untouched. No official reason for the abandonment was ever given. Some say it was due to financial difficulties. Others believe it was the result of the hospital's increasingly disturbing reputation. Whatever the cause, the sudden abandonment only adds to Gonjiam's unsettling aura. It's a snapshot of a life interrupted, frozen in time. The remnants of everyday life serve as haunting reminders of the people who once walked these halls. Section 6. The mystery of the missing director. Adding to the intrigue is the mystery surrounding the hospital's director. Legend has it that he vanished without a trace shortly before the hospital's closure. Some believe he was responsible for the horrific experiments conducted on patients. Others speculate that he was driven mad by the supernatural forces at play within Gonjiam. His disappearance remains unsolved to this day. Was he a victim of his own ambition, or did he become another casualty of the darkness that pervades Gonjiam? The truth, like the director himself, remains elusive. Section 7. Han, the lingering agony. To understand Gonjiam, one must understand the Korean concept of Han. It's a deep-rooted cultural concept. Han is a collective feeling of oppression, injustice, and unresolved grief. Centuries of conflict and suffering have left an indelible mark on the Korean psyche. Han is the embodiment of that collective trauma. It's a palpable energy that lingers in places like Gonjiam. Many believe that the intense Han at Gonjiam amplifies the paranormal activity, the suffering of the patients, the anguish of their families, and the guilt of those responsible for their plight all contribute to the building's palpable sense of dread. Section 8. Gonjiam, Fact or Fiction. We've explored the dark history and chilling stories surrounding Gonjiam. But is it truly haunted, or is it just a product of overactive imaginations? Skeptics argue that there's a logical explanation for everything. Cold spots could be drafts. Strange noises could be animals, and shadowy figures could simply be tricks of the light. But then there are the unexplained occurrences. The drained batteries, the malfunctioning equipment, the overwhelming feeling of being watched. These are harder to dismiss. Section 9, A Legacy of Terror. Whether Gonjiam is truly haunted or not is ultimately up for debate. What's undeniable is the profound effect it has on all who visit. It's a place that stays with you long after you've left. Gonjiam serves as a chilling reminder of the fragility of the human psyche. It's a place where darkness lingers and fear takes hold. It's a place where the line between reality and nightmare blurs. As we leave Gonjiam behind, we're left with more questions than answers. But one thing is certain. The legend of Gonjiam Psychiatric Hospital will continue to haunt our imaginations for years to come.